Good morning, everybody. Happy Wednesday to everyone. We're back at it. Let's do this thing, eh? Good morning, Paul. Yet again, another little range to start the day. This has been the last 3 sessions we've had something like this. Good morning, Michael, Ed, Neil. It's good to see you guys. Yes, good finish to the holiday week. Let's go. This is pretty much it. I mean, obviously we don't have any trading tomorrow. I think Friday may be a half day, but honestly, guys, it's not worth showing up to. I'm not going to be here. Anyone trying to trade on Friday is a degenerate. Let's just call it like it is. That's the only reason to trade on Friday. It's not going to be good conditions. Good morning, Octopus. Tom's doing a micro trade both days. That's fair. That's fair. That count. You can do that. All right. That doesn't count as degenerate. But if you're trying to trade, if you're trying to make money on Black Friday, come on, man. Go be with your family. Got just a couple minutes till the open here. And yeah, just like yesterday, we don't really have any sort of trend to go off of initially. Yesterday left us a big range. It'll be interesting to see if we continue higher or go back into that. We broke the 50-day moving average on SPY yesterday, which is a pretty major deal. Well, I hope everyone is ready to go today. We got about 38 seconds till the market opens. Good morning, Joanne. Live your purpose. I like that. I like that name. Good morning to you. Stephanie, Julian. Let's see what's good in the market once we open here. Good morning, Anna. Market is open, ladies and gentlemen. Not getting a big move off the open. Still pretty quiet open here. I'm just checking the Nasdaq to make sure it's not doing anything wild and crazy, and not really. We are popping up though. We are just now popping out of the top of the channel there. If this breakout of the overnight range holds, we will look for a wider channel. So far, we're still assuming that there's going to be a correction at some point. Would be wise to find our next levels, though. Have to go back in time quite a ways. Looks like there's one level here, unbroken high. And then this is probably the all-time high. Maybe not. This is the all-time high right here. Nope, not quite. It's very close to the all-time high, though. One of these has gotta be it. Gotta be it. Either way, we got several levels above us. The market might want to go test out. We're seeing if this breakout holds again. So if we come back to the top of that range and hold it and continue higher, we're going to be ready to look for some longs. And already we have a pattern that could start developing. Kind of does look like a secondary channel right here, but it's all dependent on this pullback. So far, the pullback holding. I'm liking the breakout so far. On NQ, very similar kind of action. We didn't really have the same range overnight. A little bit more directional movement on the Nasdaq. We'll be looking at this wide channel if we continue higher. Nasdaq has actually a key level right above it. It's an unbroken high from actually several days. That was a high. It's a pretty substantial level. And then above that, we have some more, obviously. Even an unfilled gap up there. So lots above us on NQ. See if buyers have the strength to push through that, especially on a pre-holiday day like today. Ooh, that's a lot. That's a lot of days. Pre-holiday day, Tyler. One of those days, guys. Stick with me. I'm wilding out today. Good morning to you, Pablo. Oof, look at that candle. That is why you wait, ladies and gentlemen. ES as well, popping back down into that range. Buyers are not going to get away with it that easy, huh? And in other news, the Tradeify Grand Cup live finals starting this Monday. So today is my last real day to get prepared. Should be interesting, man. We'll see how that all goes. It's a pretty steep task, right? Only a 2K drawdown. People are going to be swinging for the fences. Gonna have to be really aggressive and hope for the best. So yeah, you guys can tune in this coming week. I'll stream a bit of it on YouTube, and then for sure there will be coverage in the Discord. Premium and mentorship members will be able to see all my trades live as they're happening. Standard members, I'll give updates throughout the day, tell you what I'm looking for. Good morning, Archer. So yeah, should be fun. Should be fun. I'm going to be pretty locked in though, so I probably won't be responding to the chat here in the old YouTube. I'm going to hide that. I don't want any distractions. Any naysayers getting in my noggin. But yeah, for today, it should be Pretty low volume day, biggest travel day of the year. You know, institutions are not putting in extra hours today. Like, we might have a good hour or two of action, but if we end up in a range after that, good chance that that's where we stay for the rest of the day. S&P has a little break and nearly a new high. Meanwhile, the Nasdaq has a break and it is not even confirming above the EMA. So a little bit of divergence going on between the two indices. We're still waiting to figure out the bias. ES is looking pretty bullish, but we shall see. Dennis, thank you. Wishing me the best. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. All right, so now ES has a new high. You can see that right here, right? So now we had this trend, had a break, had a new high. By all accounts, this is played out and we would expect a correction. NQ had a break, did not get into extreme. So technically we would expect it to come up and get that new high, but it is relatively weak to the S&P, holding down here while the ES is making new highs. So it'll be interesting to see if the ES can pull it up to do what we would expect it to do, or if this weakness is a sign of the market starting to get dragged down. Looks like it might be the first option. And again, on the S&P, we would expect a correction if we don't get it. Let's say we come back down to the EMA and then go and make one more high. That is when a larger channel is very likely to be in play, and we'll be continuing to look for longs. Guys, if you have not checked out all the amazing Black Friday deals on prop firms, you got to do it. Head to mypropdeals.com. Some crazy ones right now. I would say the standout is Apex, $69 all in. That means eval, activation fee, everything all in for a 100K funded account. That's going on right now. Only through the weekend, and they are not extending it. They've already said up front it will not be extended. So $69 all in for a 100K funded account. That's insane. So that's definitely one to take advantage of. Also, Take Profit Trader. You can get a free funded account because you get 100% reimbursement at your first payout. So it's already cheap. It's 30% off, no activation fee. But then once you get to a payout, they refund everything. So it's a free funded account. So those are my two favorite deals for Black Friday. But there's a lot more. Check out mypropdeals.com for that. And so far, it's looking like we might pop to a new high here. Bears might give up early today. Double top there, almost a new high for the S&P. All right, there's a new high for the S&P. So very likely means there is some sort of larger channel in play. We're going to look to get that on our chart. This thing still could correct, right? That's still a possibility, but starting to get some signs that there may be a larger pattern in play. Nasdaq needs to participate, though. It's still kind of being stubborn, even making a new high. Right, NQ has officially made a new high. Uptrend, technically speaking, played out with a break and a new extreme there, so we may get a correction on the Nasdaq. S&P is already back to the EMA, and I am going to be looking for a long if this can hold. $21 moving average not holding there. Tom, yeah, for sure looking like a seller's boycott. But it might also be a buyer's boycott too here in a second. It might be a complete market boycott pretty soon. Just monitoring this correction. May already be played out. We've got a little break and a new low. If we push back above the EMA, I'm going to be interested in a long. Getting that correction right on schedule with NQ. Right after we got that new extreme. Monitoring that correction. We'll see if it develops into a larger downtrend or maybe just a quick one that plays out and then we move back up. With today's action, either one of those possibility makes sense. ES still looking like it could be played out to the downside. We're going to be looking for a double higher low to push up. So we got one higher low here. We want it to push above the EMA, give us another higher low, and we're going to be off to the races. NQ just now starting to break that little channel. Another little push down there. Oops, where's my ES chart? There we go. We're coming all the way back down to previous day's high. Very well could be a larger downtrend. However, kind of also looks like an overshoot, right? Even on the larger trend, we popped out of the bottom of this channel on a very vertical move, so I would expect us to probably get a pop up there. As a matter of fact, I think I'm going to take a small position. If I can get filled, there we go. Stop at break even. We'll just see if how far this can run. Probably start trailing it tight if we get to the moving average there. And I'm fine just getting stopped out for break even. It's a free trade. Either works or it doesn't, right? Looks like selling pressure is a little bit more legit than we thought. If that was really an overshoot, we would have kept going higher there. Decent little push. I'm gonna give it another go. Just one contract and I'll trail it really close. Watching to see what happens at the moving average. Closing a little bit above the EMA. Cool, there we go. That's a nice push up. We'll give this a little room to run. Because technically speaking, this larger uptrend never got played out, right? We had this move up, we got a break, we never got a new high. This could be the second push to the new high. Waiting for the Nasdaq to participate though. You can see it is not broken above the EMA yet. Being pretty stubborn there. If the Nasdaq pushes up, it'll send the ES flying. But it doesn't look like that's happening. Getting some rejection on NQ so far. So we'll scratch out a ES. No worries. No worries. That's why we trail it tight. We're basically just looking for a big move if it happens. If it's not, it's free trade, right? Free to participate. Can't go wrong with that. So, rejection at the EMA. It does look like this downtrend may still be in play. We will look for a lower high to take a short. That will be a high probability setup. Okay, watch him for the lower high here. Oof, that's a nice bar. That is a nice bar. See if it can close right around this area. Don't want it to push down too early, too soon. Come on, baby. I don't like that tail on it. Not the strongest close there. Could work, but I'd like to see a better bar. We might get another chance here. See if this bar can turn around. Getting a little bit congested in here. We might get 2 legs of this correction at this point. I'm stuck between two potential scenarios here. I think I am going to stick to a smaller channel to begin with, though. I think the action's pretty rangy. The likelihood that there's some sort of larger trend working is very low right now. That might be the measured move. Yes, that's like right around the measured move there. I'll take a lower high if we can push down. Bears need to see this EMA get blasted through here. We do not want to see prices starting to sit right on it. We don't want to see us quickly and easily drop through it. That's a good sign so far. Nice. Nice close below the EMA. See if we can get a lower high. Dang, that was not a lower high. Did not tick higher than the previous bar. It's stalling around the EMA here. May turn into support. Yep, it's stalling around the EMA. Definitely not looking to go long here, even though it may push up for another swing high. We don't really have any solid uptrend in play. Yeah, Tom, there is some surprising volume today. I do expect that won't last too long today, though. Yeah, still just hanging out right on the moving average. All right, I'm short the Nasdaq. Couple closes below the moving average, coming off of that measured move. Looking to see if we can get a position on ES2. This bar here needs to turn into a lower high, and we'll take it. That will be a double lower high. So I'm ready for that. Oof, yes, perfect, perfect. Don't move too far for us. No, don't move too far. Don't go too far. If it closes right around here, I'll still take it. Cool, that's good enough for me. We'll take that short. Now we're short both the S&P and the Nasdaq. Letting them run. I think we can probably get to that swing low. Stop is above that signal bar on ES. Scalpers could have gotten out already, but buyers may not be done here. Don't like the look of that green bar. Come on, sellers. Let's erase that green bar here. Yes, nice, 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 nice. Now we need some follow through on that. Cool. Follow through on Nasdaq too. Just monitoring both of these positions. I think I might move my stop to break even here. I don't really want to see it retrace. So we'll take break even on that. Don't really have that option on ES. So I took break even on Nasdaq. Fortunately, this is a small position, so I'm actually going to move my stop to where it originally was. That's a big green candle. Yeah, we're going to get out of this thing. That's likely going to push up. So more or less a scratch on everything. Small position. Just letting things happen. If it goes against us, we're getting out. No reason to hang around. Market's being a little bit of a stickler today. Might get a big lower high here on Nasdaq and I'd get back in. Ooh, maybe a lower high here. I like it on NQ. I like it on ES. Let's see if it can close decent. That's a decent enough close for me on the S&P. But it looks like it might not even trigger. Order canceled there. Come on, market. Will you just follow through and pick a direction? You know what I mean? Enough with this sideways garbage. Let's go somewhere. Welcome to the donate zone. Indeed, Jonathan. That is why position sizing is super important. Trade management is super important. This is looking pretty decent for some trend continuation, and now it's getting into just more chop. I'm still interested in short, still favoring the short side if we can get some nice bars below the EMA. The S&P closing above the 21, looking like it's starting to hold it as support. NQ's looking more bearish though. All right, I'm short NQ. We're gonna try this again. Put the stop there, and let's see if we can get a trade on the ES2. Again, looking for the lower high. Need this bar to die. Need this to get below the EMA. Tom calling it a weekend already? I don't blame you, my friend. Have a great Thanksgiving, eh? Wait, you may be, are you Canadian? I feel like you're Canadian, Tom. I know there's some Canadians in here. No, you're Tom's not Canadian. Let it be known. Let it be known, everybody. Alright, we'll keep monitoring this NQ position. Just gotta break that little this little swing right here. It could be off to the races to the downside. Come on, baby. Close down there. Close, close, close. Let's go. Let's go. Close before that level. No. Alright, I think we're going to reduce exposure. It's not cooperating. There we go. Come on. Come on. Tempted to scalp out here with how choppy it is, but I'd hate to miss a move down to that new swing low. I think we'll hold it. ES is starting to work its way down a little bit. I think we got a pretty good chance of getting to that swing low. Here we go, baby. Now we're talking. Now we're talking. Let's go. Trying to get my orders stacked up as one. Ay. Ninja Trader is really slow sometimes. S&P is popping above the EMA, not a good sign. I think we're gonna have to scratch out here unless we get that push down. I don't want to wait through a pullback. Not in this context, not in this choppy context. If we were in a really solid downtrend, I'd give this plenty of room, let it work itself out, but it's just a little bit too likely that we pop up right now. Yeah, so we'll scratch out here. The scalp would have worked. The scalp would have worked. So we're remaining more or less break even, taking a lot of tries, but the market is just not really behaving, not doing what we want it to do. And that's fine. You got to give yourself the opportunity to follow the big moves if it happens, but also not risk your account if it doesn't. ES kind of showing its bullish, what's the word? Bullish imbalance, if you will. Continuing to make higher lows all throughout the overnight session. Maybe an indication that we work our way up. And this whole area can also be viewed as a little mini range. So, yep. Well, anyway, again, guys, take advantage of all the amazing Black Friday deals on prop firms. Apex only $69 for a funded account, 100K account. Take profit, free funded account. You get a full refund on your first payout. Have a great holiday weekend, everybody. I'll be out on Friday. I will see you on Monday, and we're going to be getting after that live Tradeify Cup finals. So hope y'all have a great time. Spend some time with your family, get away from the computer a little bit, rest, refresh, and be ready to go next week. So I will be in the Discord today. at least for a few hours, unless this thing completely comes to a standstill. Hopefully we'll get a few scalps, stack some wins, and we'll call it good there. Happy Thanksgiving. Take care, everybody.